Hi guys, my cosmic family. Welcome back to the Cosmic Revolution channel. I'm Maddie, aka Mad Juice, and today I wanted to share some of my favorite ways to celebrate Cancer season. Well, I'm going to be sharing them all Cancer season long, but probably my number one thing that I invite you to do to make the most out of Cancer season during your personal cosmic revolution journey. So, as you all know, we can access the gifts, the superpowers, and all of the yummy, juicy treasures of every zodiac season, even if this is not your sun sign. That's because we carry all 12 signs of the zodiac within us. And guess what? We're all one, which is really cool to know. So even if you're not a Cancer sun, even if you're not a Cancer moon rising, you have Cancer in your chart and it will be activated this Cancer season. And what does this mean? I'm going to share my favorite thing to do and to focus on for a super, super cosmic Cancer season. Are you ready? Are you really ready? Okay. So Cancer season, the secret is we're all a little bit psychic, okay? There's so many tarot readers and psychics and gurus and whatever, and they want to make you think that you need to go to them. And yes, I love getting a reading. I do intuitive readings, but really my readings to empower you to remember that you're also intuitive. You're your best healer. You're your best teacher, guide, guru. So anyone who tells you that being psychic is something that's really hard to accomplish, or that you don't know how to read tarot cards, or blah, 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 they're lying to you, boo. They are lying to you. So Cancer season is the time of year to remember we are all a little bit psychic. We just need to have certain ways and do certain tools, or use certain tools and do certain exercises, what I'm trying to say, to help us remember that, okay? So the first thing that I just want to run through is the ways that your intuition speaks to you. Because I think some people expect your intuition to speak to you like a text message from spirit comes through in your internal SMS box. And I think some psychics and some people you go to, they'll be like, oh, I see something, I see a vision, I see a man, I'm hearing a voice. And you're like, well, I don't experience that, therefore I'm not psychic. Wrong. That is false. You are psychic. You have to just learn the subtle ways, okay? Extrasensory perception, that extrasensory part is super subtle. So the first thing, I want you to just get a pen and paper and I want you to write down the different clairs here. Some people say there's 5. I actually include some bonus ones. So now how you're going to understand your clairs is probably how you tend to digest and learn and process through messages and things you're learning. A lot of astrologers talk about Mercury in your chart as the way your cognitive process, how you think, how you communicate, how you tend to the details. But Mercury is how we also process information from the other worlds, combined and filtered through our moon sign usually. So what I'm saying is if you're a visual learner, you probably are going to have more of a visual intuitive gift. If you like to listen to learn, then you might have more of an aptitude towards clairaudience. Do you see what I'm saying here? You're picking up what I'm putting down? So let's go through these clairs, and I want you to think about how they relate to you, not in the psychic realm, but also in just your everyday 3D earth realm. So the first one I just mentioned, clairaudience. That is the special gift of hearing the unheard things, okay? That could, music can speak to you that way a lot. Clairaudience can be, you hear voices, you hear sounds, you hear little bells going off, you hear words that other people don't. So clairaudience here. Second one, clairvoyance. That is seeing the unseen things, seeing with extra clarity. So that might manifest as you see visions, symbols, you might even see figures. You might look down at a page and you see like other things coming across. Maybe you see auras around people, you see energy. So the seeing, so if you're a visual learner, again, clairvoyance might be what speaks to you the most. Next up, we have clairsentience. So clairsentience is the feeling of things, that extra heightened perception of feeling in your body, sentience, feeling into. So this is what some people kind of mix up this term with empath, and there is some crossover, but clairsentience is You can feel when someone around you is sick or uncomfortable. You walk into a room, you feel it in your body that something is off. Clairsentience, you get a knot in your stomach and you're like, this is a no for me. Or get full body chills. This is like your body is speaking to you like its own thermometer. So if you're already someone who's super connected to your body, and maybe you do notice that you have digestive issues, sore throats all the time, headaches, anxiety, these are usually things in the Western world we want to prescribe away, fix, repair, put a Band-Aid on. But truly, those are things that usually your body is sending a signal to you. You would just have to be open to receiving it, right? And listen to it. So that's clairsentience. Next, we have claircognizance, which sometimes people get these two confused. Cognizance, cognition, recognition. Cognizance, claircognizance is the extremely clear, heightened perception of just instant knowing. I dabble in a few of these, but claircognition, claircognizance was the thing of sometimes I would just be playing Jeopardy with my boyfriend in high school and I would just know every answer to every question, and I clearly did not know about these people, but it was just like someone was plugging things in my brain and he'd be like, who are you? What's going on? And I still feel that way now. Sometimes claircognition usually I find is very connected to also speaking, because it's like a channel's opening. You're opening a faucet and things will just pop out and you're like, I don't know how I knew that. You can still feel this through writing and knowing, but I always find that it's like you're getting a stream, and it's not until you open the faucet with this instant knowing is when you understand your claircognizance. That's usually associated with the learning style of like if you really like studying information, if you're drawn to like books and reading, and like you're that person who has 1,000,001 random trivia facts in your brains, the claircognition also usually a very creative type it manifests. I think all creativity is some sort of oracle channel from spirit that manifests as a claircognizance. So the let's see, we have clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, and then there's two that are a little less known. There's clairgustance. That is the tasting, the able to like almost out of nowhere taste something, and you like are thinking of like one time it happened to me. I was just walking down the street and I had a question, and I just got the most most vibrant, vivid taste of ocean spray cranberry juice, and I hadn't had that in years, like maybe 30 years. And I realized that the last time I had that was with my grandpa, who used to always what's the word I'm looking for, he would always buy that for me when he babysat me. And you might ask, well, how does that work in terms of, heightened intuition? Well, one, if you're generally a person who's really connected to food, maybe you work in the kitchen a lot, you're really connected to that sense of taste, this might be, you might get a taste of like cinnamon all of a sudden that comes through. You might get a sense of like tasting like something you haven't tried in a while, or maybe you get like an ashy taste in your mouth. These can be ways that your intuition is speaking to you. Now, again, like you have to kind of learn how to connect the dots on this on your own, because I knew that was from my grandpa. That was a message from him, because he's the last person I had ocean spray cranberry juice with. The other thing is hold on, let's make sure I say this one right, because clairsalience is clear smelling, is the heightened perception of smelling. So this happens, a lot of my clients have this, they'll just smell like white sage in the room during a spiritual ceremony, even if no one's burning it. They'll smell like bread baking, they'll smell something. And again, this is a sign from their spirit guides. And it's usually, I find, with people who are very connected to their body, connected to their senses. Again, this is how their intuition speaks to them. Okay, so I'm curious, first of all, in the comments, if you feel connected to any of this. Technically, there's another one called clairempathy, and it's being really connected to other people's emotions. I kind of tend to consider that just empath energy, but if you feel really, really heightened to someone else's emotions, I will say clairempathy is definitely a thing. Like you can just pick up on other people's emotions. I do like to separate that. from the other clairs, because while I think it's very important to connect other people's energies, I like to kind of set the boundary with my clients of like, we're not here to take on other people's emotions. So I don't want us really honing and cultivating that clair. Does that make sense? Like, yes, you're an empath. Yes, you want to protect yourself. But the goal of being an empath is to kind of protect your energy and know how to hold space for other people's, but not like jump into their energy field, jump into their emotions. Does that make sense? So I'm curious below, let me know if you think you resonate with any of these: clairaudience, clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairsentience, clairglucience, clairsalience. And if you want, definitely hit that like button if you want me to make some videos on how to activate these even more, tools, exercises. The first thing I'm going to say though for Cancer season, it's not very sexy. But truly, the Cosmic RX to get in touch with these intuitive gifts is meditation, stillness. I want you to think about the messages from spirit, from all of this. It comes through like very tiny ripples in a lake. And that's also how you send out messages, like if you're manifesting or casting spells. And so if you do it from a busy, distracted, chaotic place, you're not going to get those messages, and chances are they're going to have a harder time going out into the etheric realm. So the more time you can place for stillness, for connecting to your breath, meditating, prayer, put on some singing bowls, sit, and don't expect things to come through right away. That's not why we meditate. It's not like getting a cookie or a gold star. Like you meditated, boom, here's an intuitive download. It's just you're building that muscle, and you're also showing spirit, like, I'm ready. I'm ready to start receiving these messages, and I'm ready to start paying attention. And like I said, I don't care who you are, where you're watching this from, however old you are, whatever is going on, you are a little bit psychic, okay? Maybe very psychic. So you have an inner guidance system. Begin to tune in. This Cancer season is a great, great time to do that. So hit that like button if you want more videos about your intuition, and let me know in the comments below which of these clairs resonated with you. Okay, so until next time.